Owls in the Ecosystem by Linda Williams. Owls are birds of prey. They're carnivores. They eat a variety of other animals. Owls may prey on rodents, rabbits, squirrels, birds, lizards, and insects, depending on the species and size of the owl, as well as the habitat they live in. Trophic level. Owl species are often on the tertiary consumer in a food web. This means they consume secondary consumers. Some owl species, like the great horned owl, are also the apex predator. This means that nothing preys on this animal, and it's on top of the food chain. The owl's role in the ecosystem. Like all predators, owls play an important role in nature by removing surplus individuals from prey populations. Many prey species, like rabbits and mice, produce more offspring than their habitats can support. Predators actually help maintain the health and viability of prey populations. If there are too many prey animals in a given population, they may overpopulate and end up starving because there's not enough food in the habitat. And we talked in class about how that would be called a limiting factor, and how that reaches its carrying capacity where there's not enough food to support them anymore. What makes an owl an excellent predator? Owls have some unique characteristics that help them to be excellent predators. Owls have extraordinary vision and hearing, which helps them locate their prey. Owls have special adaptation, such as wide wings, lightweight bodies, and soft feathers, which allow them to fly silently. This helps them to sneak up on their prey. Owls have a large, forward-facing eyes and ear holes. Most birds of prey have eyes on the sides of their heads, but the stereoscopic nature of the owl's forward-facing eyes allow for a greater sense of depth perception, which helps the owl hunt in the darkness. Owls can rotate their heads and necks as much as 270 degrees. Owls have 14 neck vertebrae compared to 7 in humans, which makes their neck move more flexible. This helps them to move their neck in order to see their prey. Owls actually have 3 eyelids. They have the normal upper and lower eyelid, and they have a third eyelid that closes diagonally across the eye from inside to outside. This thin eyelid cleans and protects the eye and is called a nictitating membrane. Owls seize their prey and kill it with their talons. If it's small, the prey is swallowed whole. Otherwise, it's torn apart by the owl's strong beak. And the little caption here, owls do not construct nests as such. Instead, they are opportunistic nesters, using ready-made sites or taking over the abandoned nests of other birds. Page 3. Owl's digestive system uses the nutritious parts of the prey. The undigested portions, like the fur, the teeth, the bones, the feathers, those are regurgitated in the form of a pellet. After digesting their food, owls regurgitate a hard pellet of compressed bones, fur, teeth, feathers, and other materials they couldn't digest. And these are what we're going to be dissecting in class, is the owl pellets. Most owls are nocturnal, or they're awake at night. However, the burrowing owl and the northern hawk owl are diurnal. They're awake during the day. Family life. Baby owls are called owlets and are covered in soft, fuzzy down. Both parents care for the young. Dad owls deliver food as many as 10 times a day to the nest. It takes a good deal of prey animals to keep a family of owls fed. Larger prey items are torn apart and they're fed to the babies piece by piece. Smaller prey can be swallowed whole by the young owlets as they get older. As soon as the owlets begin eating whole prey, or parts with fur, teeth, bones, and claws, they begin to produce pellets. The elf owl is the smallest owl. It weighs only about 1 ounce as an adult. The longest owl is the gray owl, which can be as long as 33 inches, and the heaviest owl is the eagle owl, weighing in at about 10 pounds. Biotic factors. Remember, we talked about in class how biotic means things that are living. Owls, like all other living things, are part of the biotic factors of an ecosystem. Biotic factors in an ecosystem refer to living things such as animals and plants and bacteria and fungi. The non-living parts of an ecosystem are the abiotic factors, which can include things like rain, wind, temperature, altitude, or how high above sea level, soil, pollution, nutrients, pH, types of soil, and sunlight. What would happen? The great gray owl loves to eat voles. If, for instance, there were a change in the abiotic factors, such as a fire that destroyed the grasslands, this would negatively affect the population of voles. The great gray owl would either need to adapt to eating different prey, or it would need to move to an area where there were more voles, or it wouldn't survive. Fortunately, in this scenario, great gray owls eat a variety of other animals, including snakes and rabbits and weasels and toads and gophers. The great gray owl would likely just feed on something else. Here's the eagle owl. If the abiotic factors in an ecosystem change, organisms will need to adapt or move, or else they might die. So abiotic factors. Abiotic factors can affect an ecosystem and the organisms in it. Abiotic factors can determine which species of organisms will survive in a given environment. When abiotic factors in an ecosystem change, organisms will need to adapt or leave the area, or they will die. Owls are adapted to a variety of habitats and can be found on every continent except Antarctica.